Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I just have one real quick, tiny little finish object because oh my gosh, this heat is just insane, and I'm sure majority of the U.S. is feeling the heat. And for those of you that are new, I am currently living in the Bahamas. I'm originally from the U.S. But met my husband in Bible school, and then we lived in Florida for many years, and then moved here to the Bahamas. And so it is like, yeah, this crazy heat wave, and it's been like, at least for here, the temperature wise, it's been like 90. Like all last week or the last several weeks, I think it's been. And of course, as most of you know, you got the temperatures, and then you got the heat index, which makes it feel like much higher. And strangely enough, Florida, or at least Tampa, where we're from, is actually hotter than it is here. Probably because, we're so close to the ocean, and so there's a little bit of, I guess, breeze in that sense, and so it cools the temperatures down just a bit. But my gosh, I mean, this year definitely compared to the last 2 years, the last 2 years have been actually quite mild, because I can tell in the difference in the summers by how much baby powder we end up putting on, or how quickly we get sweaty. Because the last 2 years we actually did not need to use any kind of baby powder, to kind of keep us from sweating, or just to have that dry feeling, because it's so humid. And last 2 years we actually did not even need the fan on full blast at night, and I actually would sleep with like a bed sheet on. That's how it was the last 2 summers, and how nice it actually was. But this year, my goodness, it is just insanely hot, so humid, and it's like I just don't want to do anything, literally. And I really don't even want to do any crochet. It is just that crazy hot, because we don't have AC here, and it took quite a bit of adjusting, because where we lived in Tampa, no matter where we lived, where we rented the apartments, and then the house that we rented later on, they all had central heat and air. So we always had AC, and then go in the car, you had AC. When I went to work, I had AC, all that. So I never really felt the heat unless I was taking the kids out to the park or something like that, or doing something outside. But here, we do not have AC in the apartment that we live in, and so even with the fans, of course, it just blows hot air. So anyway, it has just been so crazy, and it's, just kind of had to vent on that, and I'm sure many of you can relate. And I'm just, I'm already like, can we be done with this heat? Can we be done with the summer already, please? I just look forward to the winter here all the time. Like, and of course, winter for us is more like low 80s, high 70s. That's our winter. So, and that's super short. But anyway, all right, and enough about the weather. So the one little make that I did end up doing from my last video is a little keychain for one of the girls in my church. Decided I wanted to make this for her birthday, and so here it is. It's a cute little penguin. I just need to attach the keychain, or maybe turn this into a loop, so kind of like this. I'm not sure which way would be better. So, because I think she would probably like put it on her purse or her backpack or something like that. So, but yeah. So I will link the pattern that I use. It's a video tutorial here on YouTube that I used, and really quick to make, because it's so small, as you can see. My only criticisms of this design or style is the fact that the tummy you know, the white part of this tummy of the penguin is sewn on, and as you can see, it's kind of like sticks out a bit. The person sewed this on using the back loops only. I wonder how it may look a little different if I had used both loops. It would be a little bit more seamless, but I mean, the tummy sticking out is really minor, but I kind of don't really care for the look too much. And of course, I wonder if I was to figure out how to better do this, maybe do, I think it's called an invisible join, to where you make the circle like fully round, because when you fasten it off, you know, it has this little extra, like, if you can see, you know, so it's not fully round, and it has this like little, I don't know what you call it, but, so maybe if I do an invisible join, this wouldn't look so bad, but, you know, it's on the bottom still. I personally don't care for that, the way that looks right there. Definitely easy versus the other penguin patterns where you do color changes as you're crocheting this, you know, because usually I think the other designs will be like whatever the color you want on the body, and then you have the white going like that. So it's like, and you're doing color changes as you go crochet. So obviously those kind of patterns would take a little bit longer than this one, because it's super easy just to, you know, make this body all in one color and then attach this on. So I need to try and make a different design and see how that one goes. But obviously I'm sure this is much easier, quicker, because of the fact that you don't have to do color changes, and you just crochet this separately and then sew it on. So yeah, so that's the cute little penguin keychain that I made, and that's it. That's all I got for right now. So I haven't put much added progress to my, what is it, the gnome that I've shown quite a while ago, and I have not gotten to the minion just yet. So yeah, and so before I go real quick, just wanted to share something that I have started making, not crochet related, but food related. It is something, it's a fermented drink. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with fermented drinks, like kombucha. Kombucha is very popular now and trendy. Like, I see that in a lot of stores being sold, and it's made commercially now and all that kind of thing. I have made kombucha a long time ago, and I haven't done it in quite a few years. But recently I wanted to make something fermented, and I've heard about Tepache for a long time, and I finally got around to doing it. And Tepache is a Mexican drink, I think it is, and it's made using pineapple rinds. People do also add the pineapple fruit itself into it, but I wanted to actually try it with rind, you know, because I was just in the mood for some pineapple. It was on sale at our supermarket here, and on sale being like $5 a pineapple. I don't remember how much it is in Florida during this time, and of course, you know, plus the fact that food prices have gone up everywhere. So, but I'm sure it's still cheaper in the U.S. than it is here. So on sale being $5, that's on sale. So regular price is well more than that. And so I went ahead and got it while it was on sale. Wanted some fruit, wanted some pineapple. I hadn't had fresh pineapple in a while, and so I thought, well, hey, why not get two things out of one pineapple? Get the fruit to eat and enjoy, and then also get a drink. So I tried it for the first time. You know, I've never had it before, so I didn't know what to expect as taste-wise. But I can say now that I've had it, it's very, I would say it reminded me a lot of kombucha because of the tanginess that you get from fermented drinks, because, you know, as it ferments, it turns sour. And so it all depending on your taste of your level of sweetness that you want it at, or tartness, tanginess that you want it at, will dictate how long you ferment it. So I think I fermented mine for 3 days. Of course, it being very, very hot now, so it fermented very quickly. And so having kombucha, I was kind of already used to the tangy sourness taste to it. And so it was, you know, a little sour with a hint of pineapple taste. And it wasn't very, very lightly sweet. So, but it was still very good. The whole house drank it. I mean, I made, so out of one pineapple, I think I brewed it, it was in a half-gallon jar that I brewed it in, and made about 3, after bottling it, made about 3, what is that? I think, how many ounces in that bottle? Like a regular, I guess it's like an 18 ounce, or is it 20 ounce? Sorry, 20 ounces, I think it is. So I think it ended up making 3 20-ounce bottles, and gone within like a day and a half between the 4 of us. And it's basically like homemade soda, because when you ferment it and then you bottle it, and then so it goes into it, you ferment it a few more, another day or 2 after that, after you bottle it, it creates CO2, and that's what creates the fizziness. And so, yeah, so I made that, and I actually made 2 batches out of the one pineapple, because once I brewed it the first time, bottled it, and then I put the rinds back into the same jar, and I put fresh water and sugar and brewed it again. And so I got, you know, double batch out of that, and so made that twice, and then that's it. And then so now recently I started what's called a ginger bug. So basically the same concept, but using ginger and sugar and water. And so creating the ginger bug, though, a ginger bug will then be, it's kind of like a ongoing ferment or a perpetual ferment as long as you keep feeding it. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I actually had to start over. The first batch that I did, it got some calm yeast on it that it's not mold, so I could have used it, but calm yeast will kind of, from what I read, will alter the flavor. And it being a perpetual ferment, then it will just pretty much it'll continue with the calm yeast, and that'll grow and stuff like that. So I had to start over, and so now with the second time, no signs of calm yeast, and it's almost ready for me to use. And then I will use I'll take some of the liquid out of that ginger bug, mix that in with basically sugar syrup, or flavored sugar syrup, simple syrup basically, where I can choose just make ginger, like put that on the stove, cut up a bunch of ginger, add like a good amount of sugar to make a simple syrup out of that, and then once that's cooled, then mix that in with like I think, is it a 1/4 cup? Depending on the amount. If I make a half-gallon batch, then I think it's a 1/4 cup of the liquid from the ginger bug. Mix it in with that. Let that sit out for like 2-3 days, or maybe even 2 days because it's so hot. And then bottle it, and then let it sit for another day. And then basically I'll have my own ginger ale, homemade ginger ale, the real ginger ale, because obviously the ginger ale that you buy in the store is not made from ginger, real ginger, unless you actually buy certain brands. I think there is a brand that is sold commercially that is actually made from ginger. So anyway, actually what I'm going to do is probably mix mine and make a ginger lemongrass soda. So yeah, that's what I've been doing lately. As far as something a little bit totally different, making my own DIY kind of thing, making my own homemade sodas. So much healthier, so much better for you, and fermented drinks are really good for your gut health. So yeah, just wanted to share that. If you've never had that, if you've never tried Tepache, if you've never tried making your own homemade sodas, super simple. Lots of videos online or on YouTube, and I will link the videos that I used for this. But yeah, I say give it a shot. Really, really good, really healthy for you, and super cheap homemade soda that you can constantly make, and you can, you know, experiment with all sorts of different flavors. I plan on, so my first one, I plan on doing some ginger and lemongrass, because I'm growing lemongrass, so I have plenty of lemongrass to use. And which, if you want a lemongrass, you can find that in your local grocery store, because I've found them, I think in Publix I found them, or here I think I even see them in supermarkets. But always best to grow your own, but if you can't, then you can get it at the stores. And so anyway, I was going to try after that hibiscus, make a simple syrup with hibiscus tea. There's all sorts of things. You can make it out of raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, watermelon, you know, so any fruit, you know. And I've even seen people make it out of like herbs as well, which is pretty interesting. But of course you would need to add more sugar. But anyway, so the possibilities are endless, the flavors are endless. Whatever, you know, is your favorite herbs or fruit, you can make your own sodas out of that. And you know, because I'm always craving something fizzy to drink, so this is the best way for me to satisfy that craving. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share, and that's all I got for crochet. And I hope you give Tepache and, you know, making your own fermented sodas a shot. Yeah, that's it for this time, and I hope you have a great time and staying cool if you're in the hot zones. But yeah, have a great day. Love you guys. God bless. Jesus loves you. Bye.